Hello guys, my name is Thomas Patterson and I will be reading off my top 10 favorite movies. Hope you enjoy. To start off, I wanted to include a movie from my childhood that I really enjoyed and is nostalgic to me. This series really brought me joy in my elementary school years. I feel like I could really relate to having a best friend, an annoying little brother, and I wanted an older brother. Annoying little brother, sibling, sister. Other than that, this series was definitely very funny. Had a good overall storyline in which I got to see all the characters grow up and mature. And this does not include the brand new Dire Movie Kid movie, which is bad. Number 9, the movie Waterboy features one of my most favorite actors, Adam Sandler. He is very prominent in the movies I enjoy and has a great personality in every character he plays. This movie expresses yet another instance where Adam Sandler is portrayed as not being very intelligent, which helps him seem more innocent and loving to the audience. The comedy follows his journey from being a lonely water boy to being a D1 athlete, in which his game is fueled by the anger built up from the bullying he experienced as a water boy. Number 8, More Than a Game. As I said earlier, I want to include movies of different genres, so I decided to include a documentary that was a favorite of mine. The film follows the origin story of star NBA player LeBron James. This film shows how much James had to endure in his road to stardom and how much of a gifted player he really is. The film also vaguely follows LeBron's high school teammates and the team, as the team had been together since elementary school. It is a truly inspirational film and allows the audience to gain respect for James and his former teammates and coach. Number 7, Unbroken. One of the genres that I favor the most is action and war movies. Unbroken covers the tragic journey of a war icon and veteran Louis Zamperini. Louis was a track star in southwestern New York and eventually became a global star, being invited to the Olympics. To no surprise, Louis had to fight in World War II and had to undergo a harsh turn of events. He was left at sea for weeks, witnessed many of his fellow soldiers die, and experienced terrible pain and suffering. Louis does eventually become freed from his hardships and return to his family safely. This film is surely an emotionally draining experience and effectively grasps the audience. Number 6, Blackkklansman. This movie is one in which I watched with my family the first time I saw it, and I truly loved it. The film covers the events in which an African-American cop in Orlando attempts to stop the violence of a local KKK group, which is endorsed by the KKK's national leader. The cop does this by impersonating a white male over the phone and using one of his colleagues to be the in-person decoy. This movie does have its comedic and intense moments, but also effectively captures the atmosphere of the United States in the mid-20th century. Number 5, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was introduced to this movie a few years ago, and honestly, I was never into movies made in the late 20th century. This movie completely changed my stance on them. This film features actor Charlie Schlatter, Ferris Bueller, in his senior year of high school, in which he didn't want it to end abruptly and in a boring way. To avoid this, Ferris effortlessly dodges school and has one of the best days imaginable. To do this, he set up many tricks and traps that confused his family and his principal. This movie, to me, is truly a classic and will always be. Number 4, Just Mercy. This film was about an African-American male who was wrongly accused of a crime and served a very long sentence in prison, until a very educated lawyer came along and lifted the sentence. This film really puts the audience in the character's shoes and brings about the systematic racism that existed in the 1980s. The great acting by Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx made the film all the better. It is a great film with sad, intense, and joyous moments. Number 3, Knives Out. I originally saw this movie with my friends at movie theater. I was told that it was going to be very good and that it had a lot of plot twists, so I really looked forward to watching it. The movie follows the murder mystery of a very rich person and follows a young girl who was at the crime scene when it happened. I don't want to explain too much about it because it would really spoil the movie for you, so I definitely recommend going to see it. It has great acting, an incredible storyline, and genius ideas put into it. Number 2, 1917. This movie is known for its one take, the entire movie being a one take. It is an incredible movie with very iconic battle scenes, and you gain immense respect for the main character. He had to go through many obstacles on his way to call off a very major battle in World War I. It has very great acting, a very great storyline, and is definitely very emotional. Before I go into number 1, I want to put in an honorable mention, and that is Benchwarmers. I've probably watched this movie 20 times. It's a great movie. It's very funny. There's not much I can say about it. It's just hilarious, and I definitely would recommend it. It follows a guy with a dream of taking his baseball team and turning it into something great, and he eventually does that. There are a lot of funny moments, a lot of new characters introduced, and some surprising moments also. And finally, at number 1, we have Forrest Gump. This movie is a true classic for me. It follows actor Tom Hanks in his journey in life as he struggles with a minor disability and loses many people in his life. But through all that, he is very respected, and he just learns so much, and the audience learns so much, and it's a very inspiring story. I've watched it probably more than 10 times, if I'm being realistic. It has its sad moments and its very iconic moments. It's an amazing story, and it effectively captures what a good person can really do. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please I can't say like or subscribe because this isn't my YouTube channel, but I hope that this was entertaining to you. And if it wasn't, I'm sorry. But yep, thank you for watching.